joy in your life. Let's get ready. Here we go. All right, lower this down. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Sean Murphy, your international speaker trainer, your farm boy from Ohio, your dad, who's wanting to get better, your husband who's wanting to be a better husband, and dad wanting to be a better dad. Five-time number one best-selling author. And today we're going to talk about effing temporary change. Wait, what? Yeah, temporary change. Forget about it. The other word, the reason that you struggle. Let's ask some basic fundamental questions. Fundamental questions. Here's the first fundamental question. When you are in a good state, can you make better decisions? When you're in a bad state, can you make better decisions? Which state allows you to have better decision-making possibility and probability? It's probable to make good decisions when you're angry and frustrated and mad and depressed. Probably not possible, but it's probable. It's probable when you're in a good mood that you can make good decisions. It's very possible to make good decisions when you're in a good mood. So the reason that we're not in a good mood is because we don't love ourselves. This idea that you are waiting on somebody to do something to happen out there is all a matter of you loving yourself. It's called temporary happiness. And the reason that we have temporary success is because we have temporary happiness. So how do we get over that? Well, you got to make a decision. You're going to piss some people off. Most likely, you're going to start with your old self. See, if you decide to become happy today, what are people going to say? When I was going to school, high school, I had the nickname. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this, but I had the nickname Happy Guy. And it wasn't happy guy as in happy guy. It was, you're weird. You're like this happy guy. And it was kind of a little jab, a little dig. You know what I mean? Drop an H in the chat if you know what I mean. So my question to you is this: when are you going to be happy guy, happy gal? The only reason that you struggle, listen, I know this sounds making it so fundamental, but here's the reality. It is that simple. You want to be happy. Sadhguru says, choose joy or choose misery. Choose happiness or choose sadness. And if you complain about anything, that's sadness. That's not you being in lockstep with everybody else. You finding fault with a political party or this, that, or the other, or some ideology. There is no economy out there, ladies and gentlemen. When you finally wake up and smell the coffee or smell the tea or smell the Turkish, whatever it is that you're going to smell in the morning, when you wake up and smell that, there is no economy out there. There is only your economy. There is no world out there. There's only your world. I'm not talking about being selfish. I'm talking about taking care of the things that you made promises to in your world. Decide to be happy. How could you're the most complex organism in the known universe resides in that beautiful cranium of yours. And you have about as much control over it as a snail? Come on. Don't tell me you're not programmed. It's what I do. I undevelop you, and I undevelop you back to your genius, not back to something else. I'm not the military. I don't break you down to build you back up. You're already strong as an ox. You already have more power than you know. What I do is I help you put it into play. I help you organize it. I help you put the butterflies into formation so that you can fly freely through your day. But this worrying about what I did and couldn't do and didn't do, and nobody likes me, and I had a shitty childhood, and they said they were going to join me in business and they didn't. People lie. I don't know why people are, get over it. Do you realize how much time has slipped by you because you're waiting on somebody else to do something to allow you to have your happiness? How much significance do you really need in your life? Here's the challenge. I ask people all the time. Intellect, all right? Your smarts. Do you want a sharp intellect or do you want a dull intellect? And most people will go, I want a sharp intellect. then you need to grow up. Wait, what? Well, would you give a knife? I got a pocket knife here, right, on the ranch. Would you give a knife like this to a 1-year-old? Kind of sharp. Would you give him a big butcher cleaver to go play with? Here, you and your sister go play with this. Would you give him knives to go play with? Would you give him sharp instruments to go play with? Here's the challenge. You have put your intellect in the grind, and you've sharpened your intellect in the grind, and life is killing you. Life is crushing you. Life is making you feel limited and lack. And God forbid you're the female gender. You've got to show up. You got to show up sexy. You got to show up hot. You got to show up smart. And then you got to take care of the family, and you got to do this, and you got to change. You got to make the food, and you got to do this. And there should be some cooperation when you get home. Why do I have to do everything? I don't know how you do it. I can't imagine how strong you are. I can also guess that you're exhausted. You're mentally exhausted, you're emotionally exhausted, you're physically exhausted. if law of attraction exists and you're mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, financially exhausted, spiritually exhausted, what state do you think the universe is setting up for you in the next moment? Listen, you can't have it all ways. It's only one way. There's universal laws. And one of the first universal laws, science getting rich, or the first universal law of any place is energy is. So if universal law says energy is, and you're running around exhausted in all areas of your life, how many of you, drop a P in the chat for those of you that pray, how many of you would like to be able to pray more? I mean, deep prayer. Find a place to sit quietly and connect. So are you exhausted in your faith? If you want more, listen, I'm going to lean in. If you want more, do you believe that the powers that you believe in, the universal energy, God for me, do you believe that the universe is saying, you haven't suffered enough? How many of you feel, I'm serious, drop an S in the chat if you think there's another price to pay, there's more suffering that you need to do, that you need to go through before you can have what you want. That, ladies and gentlemen, is lie numero uno. That's lie number one, that you have to suffer. If you have faith, and I don't know what you believe in, but I'm guessing that the power, the name, the creator, the Yah, the Ah, right? All religious names are locked in common with a similar sound. Buddha, Krishna, Allah, Jesus. All of these, they have it's the sound that comes out of your voice, that comes out of your body without having to move anything. God. They're all linked, if you didn't know that, of the 17 different names or 47 different names. I'm not sure on what the number is. But of all of those names, what I know is that they all have a similar sound, and it's when you release everything from you. Happy shouldn't be something that's around the corner. Happy shouldn't be something that's in a drawer. Happy shouldn't be something in a bottle. Happy shouldn't be something under the covers. Happy needs to be part of who you are. And this temporary happiness that you continue to have is really effing with your dreams, because you think it should be intermittent. See, we talk about intermittent fasting. What if we changed it to intermittent eating? Because fasting means like, oh my God, I can't go without food for 12 hours. What if you said, I'm only going to eat 8 hours in the day? you'd be a little bit more diligent. If you only had 8 hours to eat, you go, I'm going to eat from here to here, and then that'll be enough. You'd eat better food. You'd eat smarter food. You'd do more things. Didn't say you couldn't drink water all the time. Many of us are running around dehydrated. So we have this temporary happiness. What if we had temporary pain? What if every now and then, what if every third Thursday that falls on the 22nd of the month, you would be in pain? What if every Tuesday the 13th? Oh, Tuesday the 13th is coming up. I'm going to have to be in pain. I wonder what I'm going to do for pain. Instead of, oh my God, the weekend's coming up, I'm going to get happy. Do you see? I don't know. Is it me, or does it just seem screwed up? Why are you allowing temporary happiness to exist in your life? Who's going to get pissed off? It's one of the first questions I ask. Listen, you decide to be happy. You're going to be happy, right? You're going to be happy. You're going to rock around. You're going to put your hat on. You're going to do your attitude, right? Joseph McClendon III, Harvard, the study done at Harvard. You're going to shake your hips. You're going to get a little attitude. Who's going to be jealous? How frail are you? Listen. Some of you are going to come through the screen on this one. How frail are you? How fragile are you? How so a new tender shoot? Let's just call it what it is. How weak are you that you're giving up your happiness because somebody's going to look at you and go, "What's wrong with you?" Oh, nothing. Yeah, screw the world. Life sucks. Let me tell you about my ex. Oh my God, I thought you were broke up like months ago. I know, but I just saw them post something and they pissed me off. What? Seriously? That's how weak you are? You think you have to have strength to get through the day? Ask a 6-month-old how strong is a 6-month-old? They're not strong at all. I could probably right now, in my physical shape and my capability and capacity, I could probably take on a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old, I could probably beat him. 7-year-old, now you might be above my pay grade. They might be able to whoop my butt. But a 6-year-old and under, I know I could defeat him because I'm stronger. They're more powerful. Out of the mouth of babes come some of the most amazing things. So who are you letting beat up on you? That you're more powerful than them than you ever thought possible. Why are you choosing? This one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. What is today? Is today Friday? This one's going to hurt big time. Why are you choosing to be weak? Instead of choose joy or choose misery, choose power or choose strength. If you had a choice, which would you choose? Is this what you're supposed to be right now, where you're at? Frustrated, aggravated, agitated, whiny, complaining, fighting with the world, complaining about the world. The reason significance doesn't work for most people is that they run around beating their chest and nobody gives a shit. Oh, there they go again. They think you're nuts. They think you've absolutely gone round the bend. Certainty? Seriously? You want certainty? You want the outside world, anything outside of your skin. You want to have certainty it's going to operate in a certain way? Man, I hope you were running around with a big purple hat and a cape and a staff, and you're a wizard. I hope you have wizard degree to the purple belt entity. You only have control over you. Why are you wanting to control the rest of the world? And listen, if you're in business and you need to talk to people and you say words like, I got to go get more customers, I got to go get this, and I got to enroll this, and I got to do this. You get people in your business and say, I got 2 new customers today. You didn't get shit. Because if you got them, they can leave. If you get them, they can go. How many people have joined you for you? It's the biggest challenge most people have in any business. We were listening to a conversation about brands this morning, right? Yesterday, we learned that there's functional brands, there's experiential brands, and then there's transformational brands. Do you transform the people around you? Most people believe they're a transformable brand, but what they're doing is they're transforming them into little peons, into little mini-me's, into little putting people into boxes. Well, I don't do that. Do you tell them they don't make enough money? What? Do you tell them you don't have enough time for you? Do you suffer from lack of money? Do you suffer from lack of time? You just put them in a box. And now you force them to solve that issue. And here's the thing, they may solve the issue of time and money on their own, and they're Audi 5000 out of your business because they're not going to be under some dictatorship rule. So why do you want to have temporary happiness? Oh, it's so hard to be happy. I think you got something screwed up. I think you do. I could be wrong. God knows I've been wrong a lot. I 0.9 grade point average. I messed up a lot. I don't get a lot of things right now. But I work to get to 51%. I work to put the law of averages, Sinaloa, strength in numbers, law of averages in my favor. I tried it once. Oh my God, it doesn't work. I did it twice. It doesn't work. I did it 3 times. It doesn't. I tried everything. Did you put eggs in your pocket? What? Did you put eggs in your pocket the last time you tried it? No, that's stupid. That's what I thought when you told me you tried everything. Oh, I love what I get to do. So there you go. F happiness, temporary happiness. But here's the thing. So if temporary happiness exists, it means it's a temporary change. How do you make permanent change? Make a decision. Get your definite major purpose. Decide what it is you're going to pay for the dream you want. The reason that you can't have the dream you want, could you imagine walking into the grocery store and it's $5 for the thing and you got $3 and you go, but I'm paying for it, but you're not paying enough. Well, I keep paying for it and I keep paying for it and I take that $3 away and I put a different $3 and I put $3 of rubles, $3 of colones, $3 of pesos, $3 of this, still $3. It doesn't matter what you're paying with. It's still $3. You're not paying enough. This is Wallace D. Wattles. It's not about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. And when you finally take the time, when you finally get around somebody who will point out that you're not doing, I was on a call last night with 8, 9, 10 Latin leaders. And I was talking to them about the same thing. The owner of the company said, we've got a lot of people here. Everybody that's here has got some serious significance in the network marketing arena. And they've kind of hit some home runs and they hit some singles, but most of them are frustrated and they want to know what would be the secret with your experience, my experience, what would be the secret? What would be the best piece of advice that you could give them so they quit struggling? Wallace D. Wattles said, it's not about doing certain things. You've been doing certain things for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. And it's not about doing those certain things. It's about doing those things in a certain way. And that's the change that needs to happen. That's the temporary that you've had ups and downs. If you have ups and downs, roller coaster life, it's because you're allowing the unexpected, the uninvited. Because if you were inviting happiness, you'd be happy all the time. If you were inviting gratitude, you'd have gratitude all the time. So these things kind of slip in. They become the uninvited. And we're like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. And we say, you won't believe what happened. And then it slips away because we go back to our old patterns. We go back to our old paradigms. We go back to the story that we can tell easily. Unless you're writing down your story every day, unless you're changing it, unless you're physically writing down your story every day, unless you're physically writing out your goals every day, your mind runs you over with a steamroller of past experience, and you can't even get up off the mat. And then you want to bitch about life to everybody else. And here's the good news. Everybody around you is bitching too. So you're singing to the choir. You're like, oh my God, I totally understand you. You're okay. You're okay. You're right. We'll get through this. We'll suffer through this for the next 30 years. You're okay suffering for the next 30 years? Hell yeah, I am, baby. As long as you're my friend, we'll suck in life together. This is awesome. Promise me you won't get any better. I promise you I won't get any better. You're going to get better. I'll only get average. We'll only grow incrementally. You ready to grow incrementally? And that's the people you hang around. I think online trainings have done us a huge disservice. Wait, what? Yeah, this education, this knowledge business that's approaching ridiculous amounts of money on a daily basis. I think it's done us a disservice because I can't look you in the eye and call your ass to the mat. I do in my VIP group, because I know them enough. I don't even have to have them turn their camera on. It's brutal if they turn their camera on. Most people won't. Right now, there's 18 people and nobody's got their camera on. That's how disconnected we've become from our own success. I'm not even going to pay attention. I'm going to do multitasking. I'm going to do 85 different things while somebody who understands the secret, somebody who teaches the secret, somebody who gets paid $15,000 for an hour to stand on stage, I'm not going to pay attention. I'm not going to show up as if it was a multi-million-dollar business. Well, I've got things to do. Well, how's that working for you? Yeah, but you don't understand. I've got this and I've got that. Great. Let me know when you want to make a difference. So you're okay with temporary happiness. I'm not. I'm not. And I choose to live that way. It's why whenever you call me, I'm dangerously outstanding. How are you? I think I have a cold. Really? How's that working for you? So, all I can tell you is this. Make a decision. Decide what it is you want. And when you decide if happiness is included in that, then you'll just decide to be happy. Listen, because everything that's bad could be worse, right? So then where you're at's kind of happy. The challenge is you think this is as bad as it's going to get. I can promise you, I can make it worse. Oh, this is so joyful. Could it be better? Yeah, then just be. The reason that maybe I'm a little abrupt with you the reason that I get frustrated on these lives is so you don't have to. Wait, what? I've been blessed to have been doing this for now 40 years. I ran my first cruise when I was 14 years old in coal mines and paper mills as a contractor. A family business, but I was running crews at 14 because when I was 14 years old, I was kind of this tall and you'd put a hard hat and safety glasses and a safety vest on me and give me a radio. I looked just like an adult. I played one on TV. So I've learned since the age of 14 what it takes to move people. And man, I got to tell you, I got run over left, right, and center because I went with my heart and they came with their head. So I had a lot of learning to do. And I would get frustrated and I would cry and I would, why? And they wanted the same thing I wanted. They just didn't want me to be the reason that they would do the thing. Do you understand that? So I get frustrated here so you don't have to, so that I can say things in a certain way. I can do things in a certain way that allow you to skip the pain and now create a burning desire, because a burning desire will light your ass on fire. But you have to be, I can help you strike the match. You have to put it to yourself. And that's what my energy is. It's not yelling at you. It's to fire you up, to realize how long are you going to wait? I don't think you should wait another minute. I don't think you should wait another half a minute. I don't think you should wait another second till you decide you're worthy. That's my conversation with you today. I hope you have an amazing, spectacular Friday, and you decide temporary happiness is no longer acceptable to you. I am your head happy training misfit, Sean G. Murphy, 5-time #1 best-selling author, neuroencoded specialist, self-talk specialist, mental toughness specialist, hypnotherapy trainer, train the brain trainer. I love you tons. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next spectacular happiness-filled event. Till then, bye for now. YouTube, love you bunches. Hope you have an incredible, amazing, fun-filled day filled with joy and happiness. I am your head training misfit,